team to stay together, use our strengths.
Hello, good evening, and welcome back to Piraeus, Greece. This is the FIBA Women's EuroBasket in the last quarterfinal, Belgium against Germany. Well, defending champions Belgium looking to make it back to the semifinals to join France, Italy, and Spain. They are now taking on Germany, of course, a team that has been enhancing its reputation of late, making it to the Olympics. You can see the winner of this game will take on Italy in the semifinals. Spain's win over the Czechia team just ensured themselves a spot against France in the other semifinal. I'm Jeff Toto, joined by Shona Thorburn. And Shona, this is a dangerous Germany team. I don't think anybody should look past them. Maybe a few faces not present from their Olympic campaign, but nevertheless, if they play well, they've got a chance against the defending champions, Belgium.
Yeah, they do. You mentioned those, a couple faces not with the team, but this has also opened up opportunities for some other players to step up, and that's exactly what they have done. We can talk about Luisa Kaiser-Soder all night long. She's had a great tournament so far. She's playing with so much confidence, and you can see it in the way she plays. But for me, the player of this team right now, she was there on their 7th place finish at the Olympics last year, but played very limited minutes. Frida Bonner, she has really developed in the last year.
Well, Lisa Tomaitis, your former coach with the Canada national team, in charge of Germany. And she coached them at the last FIBA Women's EuroBasket. She coached them at the FIBA Women's Olympic qualifying tournament in Brazil. She coached them at the Olympics. And she's got a huge test today, because any objective observer of this Belgium national team program over the past several years, especially recent times, would have to concede they just play amazing basketball.
They really do. They play beautiful basketball. And it's not just a fluke that they're 3-0 heading into this game. There's a lot of people think that they're going to win this tournament. They won in 2023. They have one of the best players in the world, easily. It's not even arguably. It's easily one of the best players in the world. But they just have such a great supporting cast, and they have so much pleasure playing with each other. They've played a really long time together now, and it shows in the way that they play. Obviously, they've brought in a new coach, and maybe he's giving them a little bit of different style of play. We'll get to watch, because we have not watched Belgium live yet.
There is Mike Thibault, the head coach of Belgium now, and that player you're talking about, of course, Emma Meeseman. But it is a team that is much more of Meeseman. A lot of good players. Right now, the national anthems for Germany and Belgium.
Remain standing for the national anthem of Belgium.
just doesn't get any better than watching international basketball, especially in these late stages. And Lisa Tomaitis, again, another challenge for Germany. They know they will be at the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup. They're hosting it. But this is an important tournament for them as they prepare. And strong refereeing crew tonight, as always. Starting off with Andres Alcoders from Latvia, the crew chief, Naya from Panama on the right, and Viola Jorgi from Norway on the right. And you can't talk about Germany without talking about Leonie Phoebus.
No, I mean, her game in the last couple of years absolutely elevated. And, well, no surprise, she'll probably be in the starting 5.
And she is, along with Alexis Peterson, Louisa Geiselsholder, Frida Booner, and Emily Bessoir, with Vilke, Veldrappe, Crowder, Eichmeyer, Bielefeld, Bear, and Schiffer coming off the bench for coach Lisa Tomaitis.
Well, so far, she has been the star of this Belgium team and really taking advantage of an opportunity. Louisa Geiselsholder, Germany, 17 points a game, just under, ranked 6th, couple assists, couple of rebounds to go along with that. And, you know, I mentioned it, she's taking advantage of an opportunity. They had an injury in training camp. Head coach Tomaitis has a lot of confidence in her. She had a good Olympics last year. I think this year, playing at Basketland and in EuroLeague, her confidence just skyrocketed. They're missing some players. Obviously, Niara Sabali is not here, so another opportunity. Marie Guish going out with that ACL injury before the competition started, or early in their training, actually. Geiselsholder taking advantage.
That's a real absence. Seeing Gulish not here. Antonia Delar, Emma Meeseman, Kiara Linskens, Julie Van Loo, and Julie Alamon in the starting 5 with Ramet, Klassens, Manunga, Massey, Gravat, Liswa, Mbaka, and Joris coming off the bench for coach Mike Thibault, and Julie Alamon. Great to have her back. She missed the Olympics. That was quite an absence for them.
It was a very big absence, but they still finished 4th without her. And Emma Meeseman, 18 points a game. She's actually down from her normal average that she does at EuroBaskets, and obviously she was, to me, the MVP of the Olympics last year, almost 23 points a game, and just did everything. She is the best player in the world, arguably, for me.
Yeah.
International basketball, absolutely.
Speaking objectively, hands down the best. I think so. But they really have been an amazing team to watch.
They
Belgium.
have. And this starting 5, I would love to see a statistic. I want to know how many games this starting 5 has played together, has started together. It's probably more than every other team in this competition. They have been around for a very long time. They won in 2023. We have the reigning gold medalists here in Greece. You and I haven't seen them yet in person. I'm really excited.
Well, it's the first time, it's funny you should mention it, it's the first time that they've played together, the starting 5, since they won the last FIBA Women's EuroBasket.
Yes, obviously with the injury of Alamond last summer.
Mike Thibault, what do you know about him?
I mean, he's a legend. If you go back and you look at USA Basketball, how many medals he has with them. So he knows the international game. Obviously, he was a head coach. He's won a WNBA championship before. I mean, you can't find a coach with more experience, in my opinion, than Mike Thibault in the women's game.
We are underway in Piraeus, the 4th and last quarterfinal at the FIBA Women's EuroBasket. Belgium wearing the white, winning the opening tip, and driving in is Julie Van Loo, who, quite frankly, has just been amazing since she's kind of was on the outs with Belgium a few years ago, and then when she came back with a vengeance at the EuroBasket, and she's been going strong ever since.
Yeah. Had some big performances, typically known as a three-point shooter.
Peterson misses, but Brunner with the rebound. And ball didn't hit the rim. Here it is again, Venlo. Remember, these teams met, in fact, at the Olympics in their opening game, and Germany laid the wood to Belgium.
Yeah, they did. I mean, don't forget, Germany, they made it to the quarterfinals. I'm not sure there's a lot of people who would have picked them getting to the quarterfinals or doing as well as they did back at 2023 in the EuroBasket. That was their first EuroBasket in about 10 years.
I mean, let's be honest, who was picking them to go to the Olympics? I mean, it was an incredible spell for German basketball.
We're going to be hosting the World Cup next summer.
Down low to Linskens, gets blocked. And Geiselsolder is quite a player. You know her, you coached her at Lens in France, and you've seen some improvement in her game.
Oh, absolutely. I think, you know, I was able to coach her for 2 seasons, and she came in, had to work on her confidence a little bit because she had the skill set. And this year, offensively, defensively, and how about that young woman who is really taking advantage of the playing time that she's been given here. And look who she's having to defend.
Yeah, Brunner, outstanding. This is why you never write any team off. Germany have every chance of coming out tonight and getting a win. Nice pass inside, but look at that. Mesaman, the mastery of their offense is incredible, really.
Yeah, this is a team that has typically led the tournament in assists for a few EuroBaskets now.
Geiselsolder for 3. Complete player.
You know, I like that. She's obviously very, very capable of shooting threes. Hopefully she doesn't just settle for threes, but I don't think Linskens can get out and really defend her at the 3-point range.
Alamon was a little long with that. Brunner pulls up, confident on the break, front and back. She's always had the reputation of being a good shooter. I would think that she's got the green light whenever she's open. You can see that she is a natural
Brunner?
shooter. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's had success at the youth competition levels for FIBA, All-Star 5 nominations for Germany, excuse me.
She played at the Under-20 European Championship for women last year, along with the Olympics.
Along with the Olympics.
And Linskens, a couple of times, getting it down low and not scoring. She was the MVP of the final, wasn't she?
Yep,
at
she
the
was.
last EuroBasket. Here's Phoebe. Here's Belgium in the open floor. Delard into Mesaman. And Mesaman bumped by Bessoir. It is a well-supported national team, Belgium, and they hosted one of the FIBA Women's Olympic qualifying tournaments.
They have a record, actually.
And that was one of the best games I ever saw them playing against the USA, which the USA won right into death. There's Van Loo for 3. Julie Van Loo. Geiselsolder again. That's 2 for her. Well, maybe she should just shoot 3s.
Maybe she should just shoot 3s. Yeah, you're right. She wants to prove her ex-coach wrong. Almost 17 points a game for her coming into this, shooting 40% from 3-point range, so why not?
Dump. Mesaman lays it up and in. Assist goes to number 35. Peterson shaking and baking. Geiselsolder fading a little bit this time. Soft touch, but it doesn't drop. And Van Loo looks up the floor to Delard. Uses the body well, scores. Belgium go in front. Geiselsolder has it. Bessoir for 3. Oh my. Good looking start to this game for Germany.
Yeah, and Bessoir, what a great story. Tore her ACL in 2023 in that November break. And you know, the EuroBasket windows. and was able to come back for the Olympics. That's, you know, it's not a long time for an ACL injury, so clearly she's feeling better, more herself.
Ooh. A little off target. Nice to hold it. Hands it off. Bessoir. Back outside to Peterson. Geiselsolder, her third three-pointer of the game. And Linskens has gone down. Hey, Geiselsolder. Look at that follow-through. I watched her in some of her EuroLeague women games, and she was good, but this is ridiculous.
You know, the confidence that she is playing with right now is making the difference. She always had the talent. I think she's in shape. I think she's fit. She's enjoying herself in the WNBA, so she's getting to compete, not just in EuroLeague women, but also in the summer. She's here representing her country. She's still young.
She is indeed. She's 25 years of age. And as you saw, 16.7 points per game coming into this. And it takes some doing to kind of, let's see, Mesaman on the baseline. You know, people are always talking about Phoebe, talking about
Sabali
the
sisters,
Sabali,
yeah.
Now they're talking about Geiselsolder. Here she is. Vilke. Geiselsolder, what would it be for? No. Heat check. Racing up the floor, Lissawa. And a block called on Peterson. Maxwella, Lissawa, and Baca. And that was, in fact, she lost control of it. Yeah.
Turned the ball over, momentum just ran into Peterson, and then Messman, oh so smooth. How many times? Basketball just seems so simple and effortless for her.
Geiselsolder sitting down. And that allows Romy Bear to check into the game, number 46, the 38-year-old. And doing a good job looking after herself. There she is.
Had a baby a couple years ago as well.
Booner gets in, fouled by Messaman.
You know, Romy Bear was kind of there during the times where they weren't really that good and they were sort of struggling to try and qualify. They weren't qualifying for FIBA EuroBasket competitions, we know that. And so, you know, just for her to still be able to play and then get to experience this success with your national team as well. Played in the Olympics last summer for them.
Lisa Tomitis' team out to a 17-13 lead. And Phoebus with the kick. So Becky Massey's going to come into the game for the first time for Delar.
Substitution for Belgium, number 5.
And Linsken's over there getting some treatment on her ankle, which...
Well, she went down on that defensive possession, right?
Yeah, it could be problematic for today, and if they win for the rest of the tournament. Mesaman. Nice no look. 3-point shot. Off target from Manunga. And there's the putback. We love you. Say the Belgian Cats.
The Belgian Cats, gosh, with their success the last few years. And it didn't just happen a couple of years ago when they won gold. They got over that hump, they won gold. What about the success they had in 2018 World Cup?
Look at the break and finish by Alamon. Great pass, Lissawa. And you turn it over against Belgium, and you're going to pay the price.
Oh, absolutely. This is a team who knows how to pass and pass well. They do. They're one of the assist leaders in this tournament. They can get out and score. They score 80 points a game, third in the tournament so far. And, you know, anytime a good scoring team, you give them opportunities to run, they're going to convert.
Alamon sinks it. So Belgium go back up 18-17. Geiselsolder back in the game. There remains in with Peterson, FIBA, and Wilke. Peterson. Here comes Geiselsolder and tries to pass it back outside to Peterson. Those two not on the same page. 3 turnovers now for Germany. Peterson's going to go out. Bessoir comes back in. So I guess Wilke might move over to the point. Here's Massey. Nice passing. Great read, FIBA. Bessoir showing her handles. FIBA left open. Rotation. Good looking shot. Doesn't drop. Look at Romy Bear get the rebound. Missing that one pretty badly. Messamon, nice fake.
Rare miss, actually. Messamon.
German team has good size.
Yeah, really good size. Imagine the Sablé sisters were here and Grealish.
There's the turnover. Alemon looking to punish. Nope, he's going to hold it. Mononga setting a pick for Alemon. No, she doesn't need it now. She just goes in, gets it to Mononga, and good read by Wilke. She's fouled by Claessens. I called her Massey, excuse me. It's Claessens out there. Claessens has really picked up her game. Just 20 years of age.
Played in Spain last year, I believe it was. So getting an opportunity to compete. And I think she's definitely someone we're going to see around a long time. And, you know, Belgium, not a team that really goes a lot to their bench traditionally, but now I think their bench has leveled how good they are and have deserved to play more, and we're seeing it.
We're going to review this and see if it's unsportsmanlike. I don't think so. Or maybe he stepped out of bounds. Let's listen.
We are going to review, is the personal foul met criteria for unsportsmanlike foul? Please main camera normal speed. Rolling on the floor, personal foul. Okay, can you go back with normal speed? Go back with normal speed. Go back with normal speed. Okay, go back, please. Stop. Go forward, and I said stop. 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 Now, stop. Keep it. So now...
This is the one that helped us because it's a side contact on the ball.
Yes.
So there's no other defender in front, like between the player and the basket.
Could you go back? Go back. So defender start from side and finish from side. So the contact is from side.
Yes,
and between the basket and opponent is no one defender.
Yes.
This open path. So you confirm this is unsportsmanlike foul, criteria C4.
Yes,
Yep.
I confirm.
So after video review, the personal foul is upgraded to unsportsmanlike foul. For the white, go forward.
So number 5, for example. Yeah, number 5.
Yeah, white 5. So black 2, black 3 is 2 shots and possession for the white ball. But the black ball. Thank you.
Okay, you heard it. They're going to upgrade it to an unsportsmanlike foul.
I can explain, Mike. So now stop, okay?
So Wilke will go to the line, take 2 free throws, and Germany will retain possession. All because of the good deflection by the German defense. Wilke Point, and then Vilka makes one of two.
Substitution for Germany, number 1, Alexis Peterson.
So Claessens again has been playing well. Peterson coming back into the game for Germany. Bruner putting it on the deck and almost had the bucket, guarded by Joris. Low passes it back outside. Joris open. She's got it.
Another player who plays in Spain professionally, and another young up-and-coming player for this Belgian national team.
Pessoir drives in, nowhere to go. Here's Joris, doesn't hesitate. Nor does Pessoir, but she doesn't get it to fall. Van Loo looks up the floor, Liso on Baka. Here's Julie Van Loo into the paint, passes it back outside. 3-point shot, Manunga. Belgium bench a little upset, thinking they had a pretty good trap. So Claessens picks up her second. Germany searching for their first field goal in 4.5 minutes. Pessoir open. Another three-pointer for Germany.
Well, they came in scoring 8 per game, and it's really what has, I'm gonna say, helped them score 21 points in a quarter, which is well over their average.
6 of 11 from deep, not making anything inside the arc. And the ball goes off the hands of Liso and Baka. 2.8 seconds to go, so still time for Germany to get up another shot, perhaps from the three-point land variety. Bruner to Fibisch. He puts it up from a long way out. And that is the end of the first quarter. 21 apiece between Belgium and Germany here at the FIBA Women's EuroBasket in Piraeus.
It's time for Lucky Cam. Our Lucky camera is looking for you. The Lucky camera on the stadium is looking to find.
We'll get a quick look at percentages, but it has to be that three-point shooting percentage for Germany. And there it is. They haven't made a basket from 2-point range, Jeff. How about that? 6 of 12. They've gone to the free throw line a little bit, but it's their three-point shooting that has kept them in the game. And, well, they're tied. They got 30 more minutes left. Can they continue to shoot like that, or are they going to need to find other ways to try and score? I think they're going to have to, because I'm sure Mike Thibault is going to change something up defensively and not give those kind of looks. But it's rare for a team to shoot 2-3 times more at 3-point range than at 2-point range.
Van Loo showing us her range for passing. Besaman with an easy layup. But you have to say with Germany, okay, the defending champs probably start as favorites, but you've shortened the game now, and instead of having to beat them over 40 minutes, now you have to beat them over 30 minutes.
Yeah, you said it. I mean, well, 1 quarter down, you got 30 more. You can hang around. Anything can happen in the fourth, and we've seen that exactly happen. Obviously, Belgium, they went 3-0 in their group phase. They had a big win over Portugal, a big win over Montenegro. But Czechia, who you and I saw earlier, really pushed them to the limit.
Courtside 1891, scan in the QR code and get what you need. Live streams. Look at this. I think we recognize some of the Greek players. Good drive, but looking for a foul. Doesn't get it. Mbaka has it. Then low over to Mesaman. And fouled as she goes for the basket. And more to your point, the attack is a little bit more diversified for Belgium.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I mean, you know, it's kind of been like that historically. They do rely heavily on their starters to score, and we've seen that. Obviously, Mesaman, no surprise, 18 points a game, which I mentioned is kind of below her average. Linskin's been really well for them as well in this tournament, and she was one of those questions, was she going to be here or was she going to not? And ended up was able to be here at this FIBA EuroBasket competition. And she went out with a little bit of an ankle sprain, it looked like, was getting some treatment, but she's back on the court now. She averages 16 again for them. Julie Alamo, 10 points, always big in the assist category as well.
Mesaman already with 10 points. Peterson, oh, nice move. Is he gonna fall? No, she gets it back. Phoebe from the right corner, that's good. So the three-point shooting continues to keep Germany moving in the right direction. They go back in front. Dalar misses the reverse. And Peterson stops. She's taking some contact.
Germany, 7 made three-pointers already. They're shooting 54%. Made 8 a game heading into this. I think they're going to pass by that before halftime even comes around. I think she was just kind of an inadvertent hit. No, there you see Fibish's last three-point shot.
That was after Peterson got the offensive rebound.
Substitution for Germany, number 3, Alexandra Wilke. Ayanes.
She was holding her head. I don't think there was an elbow. Well, they're going to look at it. We'll have another look. Certainly didn't see it.
If the last contact met criteria for act of violence. So, could you go back? Go back normal speed. Go back normal speed. Back with main camera, normal speed. Let's go, normal speed, normal speed. Okay, now left elbow, please. Left elbow. So go back, go forward. So now frame by frame, stop. So frame by frame. Go forward, forward. So what do you see? For me, it's normal basketball movement, nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah?
it's unfortunate she didn't see her.
I agree.
but
So you
nothing
confirm
is-
that this is not a contact for act of violence, yeah?
I confirm.
Yep. After video review, this contact is not meet criteria for act of violence. We continue with the black ball. Thank you. 20 seconds. Nothing. What?
That was a strange one because Peterson was indicating that she'd been elbowed in the neck, and maybe it was just kind of a jarring hit that made her head
Whiplash
snap,
almost, yeah.
But Lisa Mbaka's arms didn't. She didn't raise her arms. And de Booner. Now the first field goal. And Germany will be pleased to be up by 3 and to make their first shot inside the arc. Then look, high arcing 3, that's good. Julie Van Loo, how do you do? Good ball movement from Germany. Wilke from the right corner. Wow. What was it? France hit 9 of 11 from three-point range
that was
yesterday.
in the first quarter, though. So they're close.
Germany 8 of 14. Van Loo again. Long. Sometimes you just got to take what's available. And if you're getting good looks from deep and you're making them, I guess you keep shooting them, don't you? Three-point shot, Geiselsolder.
That shot
Not much
was
arc
really,
on that one.
no, that was really flat.
Here's the reach, and Peterson with the foul.
That was a guard to big shot screen down there for Germany. So no hesitation from three-point range for them in this first half.
Linskens catches it, puts it up and in. Good ball movement. Massey not playing this
Billy Massey,
year.
yeah.
Billy Massey asked not to be selected. Understandable. Playing a lot of games here is Peterson, and rims out.
Again, Germany's struggling from two-point range. Really, the reason they're up right now is just because of their three-point shooting.
Dillard left wide open. That was short. Do you think there's any residual revenge still here from last year's quarterfinal, or rather Olympic opener between these two teams? Belgium has a little extra incentive, or have they just completely forgotten it?
I think both teams have forgotten about that.
Booner missing it from deep. Here comes Allemand. Of course, Allemand wasn't there.
And this is a different German team as well. I think they're trying to prove that they can compete even without some of their missing key pieces.
And ball goes out of bounds. Messamon missing the layup. Well defended. Messamon, a part of that Fenerbahce side in the EuroLeague women that was stunned in the final. They were prohibitive favorites. Timeout, Germany.
The camera is searching for two lucky fans who will get an instant courtside seat upgrade.
We don't want contested shots. Okay, we want to play until we get a good shot.
The GM seat upgrade count is looking for
And if
two
you don't have
lucky
it, go
fans.
point. Something. Point to the splits. We got it. I think splits and then slip it when we
You
really
are
well.
the
So we have to
lucky
shoot it over on the
ones.
cutter.
You will see the rest of the game for courtside seats.
Here we go, back. Hey, great effort, you guys. Listen.
Congratulations.
If we're fighting the clock a little bit, let's just go directly into point to then get to a split. Okay, so go away from shirt right now and just go directly point. Okay, come to the split action, see what we can create there. If not, get to the next one and continue to set a ball screen and put Linskens in it if she's out there, okay? Keep battling on D. We're getting great shots. Keep taking them, okay? But I think we can get some stuff inside if we move them a little bit more. Let me know if
Experience built with basketball thrill with the official.
Well, the three-point shot has been huge for Germany. They've been making one right after the other, 8 in all, leaving us in all.
Well, we saw it yesterday. France were raining threes. Germany raining threes here. We saw Turkey had a big three-point contest, one game in the group phase. Maybe these are special rims.
That's quite a disparity. 1 of 9 inside the yard. Can they continue to make them? Well, the game will change, and Geiselsolder's turnover is going to lead to an Allemand layup as she races in, and now another German player has gone down, Wilke.
I think she got hit in the eye. Let's take a look here. So she passes. Oh yeah, maybe the left hand finger in the eye.
So she does have some blood, so she's definitely needs some attention. And I guess maybe a scratch or something. Hopefully it's not too bad.
Staff is out taking care of her.
Basketball can obviously sometimes
you saw,
leave you a little woozy.
Yeah, sorry, you saw Julie Van Loo there. Maybe you didn't see it, but we saw it on the court. She checked on her as she walked off to the bench. So good sportsmanship. Obviously it was inadvertent. Nothing about that was intentional.
She's going to go to the locker room to get some treatment.
Yeah, she's heading straight back. The FIBA doctor as well, following her into the locker room. So she will be taken care of.
You see it again on that replay. So hopefully she's going to be okay. So she's off to the locker room, and Germany continue to play. Just under 6 minutes to go in the first half. And that leads to the entry of Crowder, Jennifer Crowder in the game. Over to Bessoir. Bessoir back outside Booner. Uh-oh, she can shoot it, but off the front of the iron. Pass flipped over to Mesaman. Nice turn. Linskens trying to get involved. Good job, Bessoir with the D, or Geiselsolder.
That was good defense. It was a nice look by Linskens. She can score that. Look at that. Germany hasn't scored in over the last 3 minutes, so it's been slow. They've been relying a lot on three-pointers, not making as many as they did in the first. Oh, they're going to keep shooting them, though. I think they need to figure out a way to try and score outside of just from the three-point range.
Mesaman turns and scores. And Belgium go up 32-29, and now Peterson is out of the game getting treatment on her knee, so she's having a rough time. Fibish for three. Belgium quickly up the floor. Van Loo fouled by Crowder. So they've lost Vilke, and now Peterson getting some treatment, having already complained about a little bit of neck pain.
Yeah, but she was getting treatment on her knee, I think it was.
Yep.
So now Germany, who doesn't typically have a deep bench, have two of their guards who are used to playing good minutes for them, both getting a look at.
Substitution for Germany, number 46, Logan Bob.
They're back into the game. Rivo at the line. I haven't seen Becky Massey. And makes the second. Crowder called upon to play important minutes here. Nice give and go, but finishes it there.
Yeah. That's a good look, though.
Pilar to Linskens, gets away from the big center. Linskens doesn't seem to me to be moving around real well. Here's the pass. Booner. Nice patience.
They needed that. I like that. I like the attack. I like the pass. I like the drive against the closeout defense. And Booner, gosh, she's going to be good.
9 points for her, but Mesaman gets it to drop. 14 for Mesaman. Phoebe will turn around. Linskens with the outlet to Delar. Look at that. Oh my, front and back of the rim. She went up like she was shooting it and then just had a little deft pass to Mesaman. here she is fouling Bessoir from behind.
That was a good foul. They're not in the bonus yet. Haven't committed a foul. And it was a mismatch. So heads up play there by one of the veterans. I mean, when you're passing to a player like Messerman, you expect their guards to have big assist outings at these kind of tournaments. Messerman already 14 points, well on her way to her average in this tournament. Well, good news is Peterson is back in the game.
And Booner again, front and back. It's out. Here comes Lisa Mbaka and Belgium trying to get up the floor quickly. So Germany get back on defense. Alemán. And makes a difficult pass to Monunga, goes out of bounds. 2:42 remaining. Germany doing a good job of hanging in there.
Timeout.
Timeout on the court. 5-point lead for Belgium.
Post-up, we don't have to stay spotted up. Cut behind her to get the layup. From the weak side,
Please go for Romy, please. Lex, you're gonna have the ball. Who do we have out there? Frida, you're just gonna screen for Leo to come out and get the entry pass, and at the same time, and you're just gonna cross screen for Louis. Let's see if we can get an entry to Louis.
The rebounders.
Well, offensive rebound, important, and Messerman hugely important, as you would be if you're one of the best players in the world. We've had the luxury of watching Chanel Salon play for France, and Messerman continues to have great numbers as well for Belgium in this tournament. You can see where she's done her damage. 6 of 10. 14 points. So it could go for another big number today.
I mentioned her performance at the fourth place finish, and they almost beat France in that semifinal game, and then they gave Australia a run for their money in the bronze medal game. But Messerman 23 points per game in that tournament.
Geiselsolder, that's good, coming out of the timeout. You could hear the Germans talking about we need to attack the basket a little bit more.
Yeah, I think they know they can't just rely on three-point shooting to beat a team like Belgium.
Alemán for three, silky smooth. 8 points for her. To Booner. Geiselsolder on the low block. She's got the mismatch, and she goes right at Alemán. Good job. Geiselsolder, 13 points. Almost to her average. Alemán, will it be 2 in a row for her? Nope. Back of iron.
Well, good job out of the timeout. Germany not settling for just 3-point shots.
She's going to put one up right when you said that. The ball gets away from Booner. Quickly off to the races. Alemán goes with a left hand. They know what it means to get out of the break.
Yeah, and I don't think Booner there really has an opportunity on the post up against Messerman.
So maybe not what they're looking for. Shot clock about to expire. Got to get it up. And that was a shot clock violation. And Thibault doesn't want them to stop the play just because it doesn't hit the rim. He wants to run.
They got the rebound, right?
can hear him say right here, why do you stop it? And now he's been teed up. Man, I don't know about that.
Well, guys are Soder
Has
now.
he stepped on the board?
Yeah, and I think he continued to yell.
I didn't get a warning. I did not get a warning. Ask him. I did not get a warning. Ask him. I did not have a warning. But I didn't do anything. I asked her why the clock stopped.
He's got to be careful. I don't think they can take back technicals that have already been handed out. FIBA going to the line for her one free throw.
He was upset. He was upset because they stopped the play, and Belgium were running, and that's kind of the strength. And now he has to be careful. He's been teed up. You know, the unsportsmanlike foul that was called.
Yeah, I like how his assistant coach, Pascal, there went up to him and said, hey, coach, you know, you have a timeout if you want. Maybe also to calm him down a little bit.
Yeah, because, I mean, you know, you don't want to lose your head coach in a game like this.
No. And it's, you know, it's a close game. They're up 5. There's still a couple possessions left here. First half.
Geiselsolder. That said, this Belgium team has some smart players. I'm pretty sure they can figure things out themselves.
Yeah.
But he will make some tactical adjustments, and they just need him in the game.
Germany, they have a foul to give, and you want to take it before the player shoots, so they do. Coach Thibault, he does have a timeout if he wants to draw up a play. Well, seems to be communicating from the bench what he wants them to do.
We're gonna go to Alemán on the inbounds, and Phoebe does a good job of getting it. Van Loo. Oh. Does she know? She gets it up just in time. And Van Loo thinking they're arguing there was a foul. I think she was trying to convince him to call it. Belgium a little bit irritated the way this thing is finished in the first half. They lead 41-36 over Germany.
Coach Thibault has to be careful too, because he's still talking to the referees. Well, here we have the statistics. And, well, they've scored a couple 2-pointers, 4, all of those coming in the second quarter, but it's really been the three-point shooting, 8 of 21, that have kept them in the game. There are the rebounds, there are the assists and the turnovers, more or less equal, which is what you expect from a 5-point game. And we'll take a quick look at the key players and some of the statistics from some of the highlights. And there they are. Well, good job by the people in the truck picking those key players. 14 points for Emma Messerman and 13 points for Louisa Geiselsolder. Both of them shooting the ball well. And I mentioned it, I think Emma is one of the best players in the world. And no surprise, she's going to pass her average, which is 18 points a game so far in this tournament.
Well, no look past the three-point shooting. Biggest part of the attack for Germany in that first half. Bruner's been terrific, whether it's been shooting the three or scoring down low there. Van Loo knocking down the three.
And you talked about Bruner and how good she has been. I mean, she's been great. I think she's taking the opportunity of the Sablé sisters not being here. Absolutely. You know, heading into this game, she was averaging 16 points for them. She's playing around 30 minutes. She's only 21 years of age. If you compare her to her stats last summer, night and day what this player has done. And it's not just offensively. She's been asked to guard Emma Messerman. And what an opportunity. I mean, she must have grown up watching this player. You know, this is the kind of person you play against, and when you're young, you want to ask for an autograph at the end of the game, to be honest, or a jersey switch.
I can see why Alemán was complaining about that basket. I didn't see it before, but with that camera angle, she was arguing that she hooked. I think one thing to watch out for, I remember watching Mike Krzyzewski coach the World Cup for the first time, and there are sometimes when you're not used to international basketball, and kind of feels a little bit the same with Tebow. You just hope that he can last the whole game because he's still over there arguing as they left the court. Anyway, we're at halftime. 41-36, Belgium on top.
Education, health, justice. We sometimes take these simple things for granted. They're not common for all of us. We are all born on the same planet, but not with the same opportunities.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are one. We are all on the same team. Let's convince those who never thought they would do it that they can. We can. Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
Linskin's able to capture it. Great set of passes. Messerman able to finish it off.
That's when they're beautiful to watch. When the ball doesn't stick, they always get good options.
Peterson, what a dive, finds Geisel, so she finishes. What a 1-2 play combo.
Oh, that's pretty, Josh.
Linskins to Lasol Mbaka. The only bench player on the floor. She makes a move and she gets it to go.
Our fam on the Sela. Ortiz down the middle. Simply buenas noches. What a layup by Mariona Ortiz.
She'll go back to work though, rejected. Yotsita read it well. Goes coast to coast off the glass. Yusta Yotsita.
What a shot. You don't see the younger generation using the backboard that much anymore.
Habzova, great work. Vorachkova through the spin cycle.
Well, you said talk about momentum.
Zandalasini wants to go coast to coast. Spin move! Cecilia Zandalasini.
Penetration by Henderson. Great Britain, I believe 1 for 9 for 10 to the perimeter at the moment. But again, Puello goes quickly. I think Great Britain's transition defense needs a little bit more motivation because they're giving up way too much.
Lovely touchdown pass from Ortiz, full court.
Van Loo trying to find a way through. Oh my God! Emma Messerman's on the board.
It's a super pass. I was looking the other way. She faked me from here.
Sensational. It is a pleasure to watch.
Almost a layup off that. And look at that. Shecker gets fouled, puts it up and in. And her veteran leadership is really coming to the fore. Look at that. Bernice did a great job recovering, but then just because of the reach
at the end, yeah.
Whether she got her or not, oftentimes you see the reach just leads to the foul.
That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own countries, but also in the international basketball world.
No signal, no fun. If only you could switch in an instant.
Well, Louisa Kaisersolder has really stepped up today as she has all tournament long, 13 points. She hit her first 3 shots from deep. And one reason why Germany are right in this game, trailing just 41-36. So it's exciting watching a national team kind of take it to new heights, which is what we have seen with Germany the past few years. And it looks like they are trending up, continuing to trend up, and Louisa Kaisersolder is the reason, one reason why. Again, 5 of 10 from the floor, and you can see that she's been scoring from deep, side. And Emma Mesaman, 14 points, 6 of 10 inside the arc. I mean, probably we gush about her, you know, so often, but honestly, she's just been so important for Belgium, so important for women's basketball that it's hard not to just continue to gush, because you're watching someone who's just exceptionally gifted, hardworking, and again, good for the game.
Excellent for the game, excellent for the European game. You know, she has sacrificed playing in the WNBA to come and play for her national team for quite a few summers now, and you know, shows you what's important to her as well. I mean, don't get me wrong, she's been a star in the WNBA, MVP in the WNBA, caliber player, and there you see her shooting chart, and really can do it from everywhere. Doesn't shoot a lot of threes, but you can't leave her open at 3-point range either. But why shoot at 3 when you're so efficient from 2? And 14 points. It's just an average night. And I really love what she has done for women's basketball, for Belgian basketball.
Say if you had young kids or a young team and you want them to watch a team play basketball the way it should be played, but it seems like Belgium is the type you just want to show them their highlights.
Yeah, and you know, you and I have been talking about that since 2018 when we covered them at the World Cup in Spain, remember? We said, how can you not love the way that Belgium plays basketball? I thought they had a great run in the Tokyo Olympics as well. They finally came up with that gold medal, 2023 EuroBasket. You know, they finished 4th at a World Cup, 4th at an Olympics now. Maybe that's their next step, to medal at a World Cup. Well, look at that.
You would think they would be one of the favorites, but again, we've seen kind of like some emergence of other teams here, other new players. France, Turkey, even though they haven't advanced. Italy have finally taken this step up.
Czechia, we saw today, yeah.
Czechia definitely is still climbing.
I do think we've seen a lot of great performances by maybe some players that we weren't thinking about heading into this FIBA EuroBasket 2025 edition, which is also great for basketball. And you know, you and I were there back in 2023. This EuroBasket is exciting.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying the last one wasn't, obviously history for Belgium, but there's something about this EuroBasket. We have a lot of close games. We've seen overtime games. You know, really, I think anyone on the right night can pull off a big win that maybe people didn't see coming.
I mean, not just here in Piraeus, where we've seen a lot of good games, a lot of close games.
You know, Lithuania making history, really, getting as far as they did, and you know, even though you lost on in the quarterfinals, your ride here is not done. You have an opportunity for these teams to continue to play and try and qualify for the World Cup.
Shona, how about the fans? As you see Tebow, trying to get an explanation as to why he was teed up without even having been warned about it. It was a bit strange to see the tee come, but again, he has to be careful.
Yeah.
You know, at some point you have to let it go. And just remember you're the coach.
You know, it's kind of like players.
Let's go black on a ball screen. Black on a ball screen, just to start, just to switch it up, okay? Offensively, can we just try this once where we go hand off to Leo, bring it up, pass it across, you're gonna come off Louis, and just do that. Let's see if we can get her there. Okay, reverse the ball and see if we can get her a touch.
But I was going to say something about the fans, Shona. We were talking about the great games, what made this special. And, you know, here, when Greece was playing, great crowds against all their games.
Especially that game on Saturday against Turkey.
Well, download the app, Steve Williams EuroBasket, by scanning in the QR code and get all the information you need from this great tournament. Fans in Brno, the fans in Hamburg, the fans in Italy.
Hamburg was sold out when Germany were playing.
I think the fans from these different venues have really helped their teams kind of build some momentum. And I think definitely for Italy. Just watching them play yesterday against Turkey. Second half action is underway. Belgium with a 5-point lead and possession now, attacking the basket to the left, and Mesaman steps outside and hits the three.
I just said she can shoot threes, but doesn't shoot them often.
17 points. Well, that was the strength of the Germany attack in that first half. Here's Booner. Driving in, scoring with that left hand. Impressive.
Very, very impressive. Booner obviously knows Delaire well, who defended her on that last possession. Both of them playing professionally in Spain during the pro season.
Linskens, to me, has been quiet. She does have that wrapping on her right leg. Then low over to Mesaman, and Bessoir calls for the foul.
Oh, I think she stepped out of bounds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You're right. Good call. That was her hitting the three. See how Booner can have some success against Mesaman. No, she cannot. Mesaman, the master, coming up with the block. Julie Van Loo, and gets it. Are you kidding me? Oh,
Belgium, you know, they're second in assists in this tournament. We've seen them lead the tournament in assists, and they're right on their way to their average 20 or more assists per game for them.
Peterson, this time they get it, and Mesaman with a second consecutive block. Now Linskens fouled from behind by Geisersolder, and I reckon we're going to gush a little bit more here because we've been talking about her, and it's her defense which has now made the difference on 2 consecutive possessions. Look at this one.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of Emma Mesaman as well. You know, we talk about how she's the best player in the world. She's also a very complete player. You know, when they went on that glorious one run and won in 2013. She had 21 points, 9 rebounds. I think sometimes people don't notice how all around of a player she is.
Great block by Geiselsolder as well, holding her ground. The star is rising. Look at that. Mesaman from the baseline.
I don't know what Coach Tebow told her at halftime. But she is taking
maybe?
over. Yeah, I don't know. 7 points already.
Dinner's on him
in this half.
if they win. Here's Booner, takes it deep, nice. She's not put off from the block. She goes right back and attacks. Van Loo goes behind her back, gets it up quickly. Linskens hustles, but not able to save it. And with Julie Van Loo, I'm not sure there's how she improved as much as she did. You know, I've seen people projecting her to be the MVP of this tournament.
Yeah, I think getting cut, you know, a few years ago now, motivated her.
There she is. Look at that pass to Alamon. And Alamon lays it up and in. And starting to see the quality. Phoebe drives in, lays it up. Oh, strong move.
You know, you talked about that shot blocking and the defense of Emma Messerman. She now has 39 blocks in the FIBA Women's EuroBasket. It's 10 more than any other player in the competition since she debuted in 2017.
And that basket just adds to the torment for Germany. Look at this again.
You can't let Emma Messerman get going. 9 points already for her in 3.5 minutes.
Base coverage, backdoor base coverage. Go over. If they play with speed, you can maybe sneak under. Otherwise, if we get hit, be ready to triple switch. I think we're ready to do that the last time. Offensively. Elbow was good. We can also, again, go point to drift, get to the second side, and then get to the empty. Okay, keep looking to take it at them. Stay on script defensively, okay? Don't start going rogue. Let's be solid, rebound down, pick away at this. Pick away. This is the run.
So, Belgium riding the high of Emma Messerman, who now has 23 points. She's got a bunch of rebounds.
Well, we saw a 30-point performance earlier today.
9 points in the third quarter.
Yeah, and perfect from the field. And let's not forget Julie Van Loo. She has 8 assists. That's a record for her at a women's EuroBasket competition.
It is, that's the thing. I mean, it's not a one-woman show. I mean, this is a Belgium team that has incredible players.
Yeah, I mean, Van Loo has 10 points. Alamon has 12 points.
You got Delar, you got so much talent. Nice attempt. Right idea, but Belgium had the hands up.
Up high, Kiki.
Linskens not able to control it.
Oh, good job. You heard Coach Tomaitis tell them in the timeout, hey, it's not the time to go rogue defensively. We have to stay with, you know, our defensive game plan and trust in it. And they're able to force the turnover.
Stevie. Geiselsolder tries to turn, tries to operate against Linskens. Look how quickly she pushes the ball at the floor. Alamon steps back and got it, number 55. Who do you try to stop? I mean, you can't just focus on Emma, because you got to stop Van Loo. Now Phoebe missing it, and Lipscomb knocks it out of bounds.
You've got the two Julies you have to handle offensively.
That's the best Julie backcourt in the history of basketball.
For Germany, number 7, Jennifer Crowder.
You know, we talked about Julie Alamon, unfortunately missed the 2024 Olympics because of injury, and you wonder if they had her.
Just like Spain without Carrera.
Yeah, what would have happened, right? You know, she had 11 points, 9 assists, the last women's EuroBasket. Right now, she already has 15 points. Looking a little less to pass.
Oh, Pessoa fouled by Lisawa Mbaka. So that's a mistake. Well, those are the types of things you simply cannot do. But we've seen it a few times today, including in the first game. A couple of times. And it's 55-44.
Substitution for Germany, number 46, Robbie Bond.
Tony Bear guarding Meitzaman. There she is. Ibish trying to stick with her.
How?
Oh, gosh. I mean, Phoebe couldn't have done anything else. 25.
If there was a Greek goddess for basketball, her name would be Messiman.
And Bessois missing it from deep. 12 points, the lead, and potentially growing here. Belgium get control of this. Italy, no doubt, watching. They'll face the winner. Pilar and Linskins goes in, gets the foul called on Kaiserslautern. And one.
And you know, we can talk about the loser of this game still has an opportunity. The advantage that Germany has is they're hosting the FIBA Women's World Cup next year. And here, I don't understand how Emma Messiman makes this kind of a shot. Like, she has a fadeaway. We've always seen her go to her fadeaway, but that one, the footwork was kind of off, and she was still able to make it absolutely incredible. As well, there we have our VIP guests here tonight. And so, like I said, the advantage for Germany, they're hosting the World Cup, so they have already qualified. They will participate.
They want to get them. They want to get to the podium here. But they got some work to do. Alamon, open floor, Liso and Mbaka. Oh, gets blocked by Kaiserslautern. But Liso and Mbaka goes down. Watch this again. Yeah, it's kind of a tough call on Kaiserslautern because she didn't do anything.
I think it was a good block.
Liso kind of kicked her leg up and made the contact. But it's good to see the competitive juices flowing for Luisa. You want her to be angry, don't you?
Oh yeah, I think she plays better when she's angry as well. And you know, I like the effort. I think it was a tough call that went against her, but we know that these kind of calls average themselves out over the course of a game, and especially over the course of a tournament. And well, this is a pretty big run for Belgium to start the second half. They have outscored Germany 19-9.
Bessoir, soft touch, just not enough. Game not quite as sharp for Germany in this third quarter. Oh my, I mean, I've seen it all.
How do you stop that?
That is utter, I mean, I'm sorry, but.
Turn around, one hand. She does have a height advantage, 27 points, 8 rebounds. She's gonna finish with a double-double.
Booner missing it from deep. Just sit back and watch and appreciate what you're watching, folks, because she's redefining this game really the way she plays. Emma Messamon. Lissawa and Baka, feet set off the front of the iron. Messamon keeps it alive. Bear comes down with the basketball. Good pass, Bear. And Bessoir goes up and she's fouled. And now cutting the deficit to 16. Good pass by Crowder. We haven't seen Vilka come back yet, have we?
No, and I haven't. I do think she's on the bench, though.
Bielefeld in the game, number 25.
I mean, if you know, there was blood around her eye area, are you really going to take the risk? You have 2 more games in this tournament, let's not forget.
Yep, that's right. Win or lose. This one, Baka. Spins. And good job, Bielefeld. She brings it up the floor now. Kleisson's still in the game. Massey not coming in, nor is Ramet.
Ramet had a great Olympics for them last year, having to take over for the missing Julie Allemond. I thought she was a big part of their success.
Well, you know what? You get change happens, change in coaches, different ideas. I'm sure she'll get a chance again. Oh, Bear with the three-pointer. That's a huge shot for them because that cuts it back to a 12-point game. And good rebound, Bielefeld. Booner. Oh! Such a good shooter, but missed it right at the rim. And Booner got the hand up. It's not going to count. Offensive foul. Lissawa.
That offensive foul going against Lissawa and Baka. Remember Geisel's shoulders foul against her. She kind of was saying, it wasn't me, she was the one who initiated it. And there, the left hand. So maybe a little bit of convincing from the previous foul where Lissawa and Baka went to the free throw line and that foul was drawn by her against Geisel's shoulder. So, you know, and this is what I said though.
Wasn't real sure about that.
But this is what I said.
That was a tough call.
You know, Geisel's shoulder, tough call goes against her.
Yeah, you're right.
Throughout the course of the game, it evens out.
Yes, it does. Even Steven. Bielefeld goes up as fouled. Laura back in the game.
Substitution for Belgium, number 6, Antonia Delade.
It's getting scrappy.
Well, you know, we've had the performances from Bessoir, Boner, Geisel-Soder. Really, from the people you expect to score, the one checking into the game on your screen right now, Leonie Fibisch, has had a very, very quiet night, I think, for Germany. You know, I wouldn't say she's forced anything really, but she hasn't tried to create for herself either, and maybe it's her moment to try and take over as she checks into the game. She's 2 of 9, only 6 points. And heading into the game, she was averaging 14 points a game, shooting 41% from two-point range and 39% from three.
Delar fouled as she goes up by Bear. Germany just missed a couple of free throws. Well, got to remember, there's okay, so you can see where she got hit on the eye, and that is so right on the eyelid.
Yeah, top of the eyelid there.
Boy, I think it's best just to sit out the rest. And Delar, that's a 4-point swing with Germany missing their 2 free throws. 37.9 seconds remaining. Booner, high arcing shot. They were falling in the first half for Germany. Looking more and more like it will be Italy against Belgium, but Germany, they did get it to 12 and they're at the line with a couple of free throws that missed, and since that point, Belgium have started to turn it up again, but Bielefeld steps in front, comes up with the basketball. Peterson with a little runner, banks it in. Let's see if that makes a difference. Well, how about that? And 3 quarters in the book. Still some work to do for Belgium, the defending champions. They lead at 65-53 over Germany.
Germany outscored them early, and then, Belgium outscored them early. Germany came back the last couple minutes. There you see the shooting percentages, and really it's a 2-point percentage. 61% for Belgium already, and a lot of it has to do with, well, these highlights that I'm sure are going to come up. That woman right there, Emma Messman, doing it with ease. She had 14 points at halftime. She already has 27 points in this game, and we still have 10 minutes left. She's going to have a double-double, not just doing it offensively, also doing it on the defensive end, as she came up with a few blocks in that quarter. And what can we say? I mean, you and I are going to be talking about her as this tournament goes on, because there's no way that you cannot gush over a player like her.
Yeah, we've been doing a little gushing tonight.
Yeah, we gushing.
Gushing and blushing.
2 blocks already, 2 steals, 8 rebounds. She's going to come up with, she's going to have a double-double. She's 12 of 16 shooting, 75% from the field, 100% from the free throw line. Basketball is just easy for some people.
Well, fans, scan the QR code to get the Courtside 1891 app, where you can watch live streams, extended highlights, and stay up to date with the world of international basketball. Or as we say, FIBA ball. Look at this.
Yeah, there it is. 18 a game heading into this one today. 27 averages are up. She's looking to shoot more. She knows this is the time of the tournament where, you know what, I got to take over. I'm the captain of this team. I got to show them how it's done. And I don't think this will be the last time we see Emma Messman with this kind of a performance. She's going to have 2 more games in this tournament.
Do you remember that triple-double she had the last FIBA Women's EuroBasket in Slovenia?
Yep.
They put her back in so she could get it.
They put her back in, and then she went right back out after the assist, and standing ovation for her when that happened.
Kaiserslautern back in the game with Peterson, Booner, Bessoir, and Phoebus, but they turn it over, and Van Loo, that little extra energy. Claessens back in the game. Linskens backs up. Oh, nice move for Linskens. That's her best move of the game right there.
Took her time. Notice she had a mismatch, was under control.
Evish from the baseline. Linskin's quickly to Van Loo. Look at Van Loo just.
They want to play up tempo, and you can see that how quickly they get the rebound, outlet the ball, and then head man the ball.
There's Saman posting up. That play though, so the quick pass, not the outlet pass per se to the sideline, but to Van Loo, and she's just so deliberately looking like she wants to make the bounce pass her teammate.
Yeah,
obviously they practiced that.
Before Van Loo even received the ball on the outlet pass, she already knew that her guard was running the sideline and wanted to get it to her. Like you said, as soon as she caught it, she was ready to pass it and knew where she wanted to pass it. And this is how many times and how many games has this starting five played together for Belgium? I'd love to know that, because the way they play, you can tell that they played many games together.
Solder getting into it a little bit with Linskins. There's Saman. Look at the pass. Alamon, does she get off in time? Nope. 8:44 remaining. 14 points. Still time for Germany to claw back this deficit. Get some more stops. But they got to start scoring. The offense has not been functioning as well. But certainly the ball hasn't been falling.
They had that 21 points in the first quarter. A lot of it come from three-point shooting.
Beswell missing another one. Linskins goes up and count it. Going to the line.
She's had a different attitude to start this fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's kind of a relief to see it, really, for me. Yeah, she's definitely fouled because Beswell has her hands on her shoulder. Belgium, they've already dished out more than 20 assists in each of their 4 games. They're a team that shares the basketball.
They did. They averaged about 24 assists a game back in 2023, 2018 at that World Cup when they had that wonderful run. They were one of the top assist teams as well.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring.
Which is why you shared that chocolate that you came back with at halftime. Geiselsolder, and goes out of bounds. Back to Belgium, 17-point lead, just under 8 minutes remaining. What do you think is so difficult for Germany to sustain? I mean, their level has dropped significantly. You can just see from an energy standpoint as well.
I was just about to say, I think, Belgium has a little bit more bench rotation, and when they come in, their players seem a little bit fresher. And don't forget, I mean, it's hard when you have a player like Emma Messiman who can do everything for you offensively. And I think when it comes down to it, Belgium has, especially with their starting five, maybe more consistent scorers where, okay, it's a tough night for Leo Fibish, and I think Geiselsolder stepped up, but since then she's kind of gone cold. Booner is doing all that she can, and after that, maybe Peterson needs to look for her shot a little bit more. They're lacking some scoring opportunities now. And of course, Geiselsolder, I mean, she was doing it on the offensive end, but let's not forget, she's also doing it defensively as well. She has 3 blocks tonight. That's a joint high for her at the FIBA Women's EuroBasket. She had 3 against Great Britain back in 2023. And she is also, she's the only German player in the 21st century to have 3 or more blocks in a game.
Although bear in mind, Germany haven't made it to quite a few EuroBaskets.
They want to take anything away. They were there in 2023, but it was
just
before
that.
Just
got to give it some context. Geiselsolder. She's surrounded. She gets it over to Bear for three. Got it! Count it! It's good. Which one of those do you like the best? Bottoms! Look at Messamon, call the play. Delar gets in, banks it in. Oh, 16 points. Bear again, and this time air for Bear. But she's been making them tonight.
I was going to say she's already made 2 here in the second half for Germany. And, well,
Messamon lays up another one.
And looks what happens.
Good defense. Linskens blocks Peterson. Good defense, Bear. But it's an 18-point lead.
You know, France with that slight edge over Belgium. 26 assists per game. Belgium, 24 assists per game heading into this game. We still have 6 minutes left, and they are already at 24, so they might move up there in that statistical category heading into the semifinals if they win this game.
Linskens, Bielefeld goes in, scores, and is fouled again, and we've seen Linskens taking some punishment and scoring. I think this is her 3rd trip to the line for a 3-point play in this 4th quarter.
In this 4th quarter, I agree with you.
Linskens now with 12. And what was a really close game is just opened up in favor of Belgium, and it's almost like they started playing in the second half the way that we're used to seeing them play. Does not make the free throw this time. Peterson, offensive foul. Is it Bessoir?
Must be going against Bessoir, setting the screen for Peterson. And I said, I think Peterson has the ability and the skill level and the talent to participate a little bit more in scoring.
Yeah, there was Bessoir stepping in front of Allemand. 5.5 minutes remaining. Good cut to the basket. Delar gets it back to Messamon. Over to a wide open Allemand. And then Linskens with the one-handed rebound. Ball goes out of bounds. Is there a time, I guess it's not yet, but is there a time if you're Belgium where you think about sitting your starters down?
So
or is this, are these minutes important to execute?
You know, I think we know that every team is off tomorrow, so they will, you know, they'll have a recovery day. I mean, everyone's going to be practicing tomorrow. I'm sure they're going to be watching film as well.
Oh, another one-handed rebound.
I wouldn't be surprised if maybe in the next minute or two we start to see some of their starters head to the bench.
Linskens, well, just to maybe avoid injury, get some minutes for some other players.
Yeah.
That's right. No candid camera. Peterson goes out. Crowder back in. And, you know, as the host nation of the World Cup, Germany will not have the pressure of having to win their next games. But nevertheless, I think they want to finish as high as possible in this FIBA Women's EuroBasket to build some momentum. And if there's going to be a comeback, it's got to start now for them.
Yeah, if there's going to be a comeback, 20 points, 5 minutes, that's going to be tough to do against a good Belgium team. And, you know, you mentioned it. I mean, this tournament's not over for the losers of this game. You still have an opportunity to finish 5th. When was the last time that Germany finished 5th at a EuroBasket?
First shot, good.
You know, that 2023 was their first EuroBasket since 2007. And they participated. They finished 11th in 2007 and 2005. They got 3rd in 1997. That was their best finish at a EuroBasket, most recent EuroBasket.
Good defense,
So
Booner.
recent.
You're just a wealth of knowledge.
I tried, just for you. I gotta compete with you. Basketball encyclopedia beside me.
Alamon somehow stays in bounds. Thought she was going to be riding out of bounds. Goes behind the back. Look at him go. And Messamon is fouled by Booners the call. So Messamon, who has already scored 29 points, grabbed 8 rebounds, swatted a couple shots and come up with 3 steals. It's going to the line.
Just an average night for one of the best in the women's game. And the best part is, it's like, you know, we've been talking about how, well, I have personally been talking about how she's one of the best. And it's been for consecutive years now. You know, this started back in my opinion, 2018.
This is where she's done her damage. She just missed a free throw.
That's weird.
She's not perfect. There's the second. Pass gets away. It was intended for Geiselzolder.
You know, we keep talking about Emma Messman, and I think we should, because she has 30 and 8. Hasn't really rebounded. I thought she was going to get a double-double, but
you know, she only had the last FIBA Women's EuroBasket. Her high was 24 points. So she's taking it up a notch.
24 points every night. You know, and Kiara Linskins, 12 points, 10 rebounds. She has a double-double. And most of that damage has come here in the fourth quarter.
Beautiful. Beautiful drive from Julie Van Loo.
Just her second double-double for Linskins at a FIBA Women's EuroBasket. The last one was in 2023 against Spain in that gold medal game. It might have been 18 points, 15 rebounds. And, well, Messman, that's her second game with 30 or more points in a EuroBasket. She had 33
against Russia.
Against Russia, yeah.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah,
and your wealth
Russia
of knowledge has
2021.
beaten me when she was 16 of 25 from the floor. Do you know that? Also had 11 rebounds and 4 assists in that game.
It's rough being good at basketball. You know, there's kind of rumors going around too. Maybe she'll go back to the WNBA after this EuroBasket. She's been out for a couple years. Obviously, she played at Fenerbahce the last few years in FIBA Women's EuroLeague. She has won the EuroLeague title many times.
Here's the double-double that we talked about with Linskins, who didn't look right the first 3 quarters, in my opinion, and has just kind of asserted herself in a good way. There she is, the double-double, 12 points, 10 rebounds. We had those dominant Russia teams from 2000 to 2009. France won it that year. And then Spain, really the dominant team for a decade, although Serbia won in 2015. Here's the bucket. Serbia won it again in 2021. And really Belgium, I think, want to get another EuroBasket title so they can be considered one of the great generations of women's basketball. Look at that, Linskens again.
Something was said to her. I don't know what it was. I don't know who it was by, but something was clearly said to her to start this fourth quarter.
The pass goes out of bounds off Bielefeld. Bielefeld played some good minutes there in the second half. What's the debrief going to be for Germany after this?
I mean, I think there's going to be some disappointment.
I mean, they're playing a great team. But don't forget, okay, some different players. They did beat Belgium at the Olympics. The way they started today, you know, they probably felt like they had a chance.
Oh,
and
for sure. And
just
I think
gotten away from them here.
I think they thought, and they deservingly should. I think every time you play, well, they're the stat line.
30 points and 9 rebounds?
Yeah.
I'm
disappointed she didn't get the double-double.
I was going to say, do you think somebody's going to get the message down like they did at the last EuroBasket?
Check that. I don't think she's going to come back in.
How about Joris?
Well, the starters minus Allemande able to sit now. And same with Germany. They've taken out their starters minus Bessoir. So I think they're disappointed, and understandably, you know, going into this game, I think they thought they had a chance, and why not? Obviously, they are missing some key factors, and I think scoring, they need other people to be able to score for them, and it wasn't their night, but hey, you know what? Go ahead and try and finish 5th, because the last time you finished that high, the majority of these players weren't even born.
Good job making the free throw. Bielefeld, 83-59. And driving in, missing Massey, getting her first minutes. Lamet gets it to Massey. Manunga. And it's going to remain at this end. I think Tebow is a coach that seems to be, he shortens rotation a little bit. That's basically, maybe that's the way he does it. Because you would usually see these players get more, at least some minutes.
Yeah, I thought, you know, yes, I'm the kind of coach where I do think, you know, rotation, people can give you productive minutes,
yeah,
even if it's 1 or 2. And yeah, so, you know, it's a little bit more my philosophy. I'm also wondering, you know, maybe more Coach Tebow is around. Like, let's not forget, he was there in, he was there in February. He got hired at that time. November. He got hired after the summer in November, so. No, sorry, February. It was the February window. It was his first window with them. And, you know, maybe the longer he's around, the more trust he will have in some of the younger Belgian players, the ones who get little less minutes moving forward. But who knows? You know, I mean, if your starters have the ability to play at a high level for 30 minutes in a tournament, then why not? But let's not forget, the World Cup, there's a lot more games. And, you know, Belgium are going to be participating in the World Cup qualifiers with a win over Germany today. So we know they're most likely going to be there, I would say, in my opinion. Belgium at next year's FIBA Basketball World Cup being held in Berlin, Germany. And maybe, you know, if he sees some development in some of the bench players as well, he'll trust them a little bit more the longer he's around and the more he gets to know them.
Saw that little note on the screen there that Germany have gone now more than 6 minutes without a field goal. And shot no good. From fell drop. Ball batted back into play by Manunga. So the final seconds ticking off the clock.
Well, there's Germany's statistics tonight. They started hot. They made a bunch of those three-pointers in the first half, especially the first quarter, and really got cold from three and weren't able to score any other way other than three-point line easily, I would say. And you can't, for me, to win a game at this level, you can't only rely on outside shooting.
But Germany not able to inbound it, and Belgium will be Italy's opponents in the semifinals. And I guess crashing the semifinal party overall is Italy. I'm not sure how many people expected them to make it. I dare say very few indeed. Lisa Tomaitis shakes hands with Mike Thibault. Tomaitis has done a nice job with this Germany team. Let's just be honest here. They played a great Belgium team. Her team was in it. Certainly in the first half. In the second half, it was no contest. Belgium win it 83-59 over Germany. They advanced to the semifinals.
And we'll have a look at the statistics coming up shortly. And for me, really, it was the second half for Belgium. 24 points in that third quarter compared to 17 and 18 to 6 in the fourth. Germany only able to score 6 points in 10 minutes. It's difficult to win any kind of a game at that level, as we're gonna see the Belgian Cats facing their fans, as they obviously appreciate the love that they get from their fan base that has grown every year that this team has been around. It's great to see the relationship that they have with their fans, the communities back home. And you mentioned it, that Olympic qualifying tournament. You were there, right, if I'm not mistaken, in Belgium.
Oh man, it was incredible.
Where they almost upset the USA. They ended up qualifying for the Olympics, but you know, it was literally a heartbreaking loss. It was a tip-in by Brianna Stewart at the end of the game. But I want to talk more about the crowds that they have. I mean, this team, when they're playing at home or close to home, is packed stadiums, and they can have a 15,000 stadium. I remember watching the Olympics last summer, and it was just packed for the Belgium team while we were playing in Lille. Well, there are the statistics, 28% from two-point range, you know, compared to 60. I really think for you to be a competitive team, you have to shoot in the 40s. And rebounds, Belgium out rebounding Germany. Assists, no surprise, 27 assists. We're used to seeing Belgium dish out the ball like that. Geisel Soder had a tough time scoring in the second. All 13 of her points came in the first. Messman doing it all, 30 points here tonight. She had 14 at half, and the majority of her points came in the third quarter because Kira Linskin, someone told her to wake up, and it's exactly what she did. She ends up with a double-double, 14 points for her.
Well, you want to ride this wave for as long as you can if you're Belgian. I mean, you know, we're seeing some promise from the youngsters, but it's still the veterans that are doing the heavy lifting for this team.
And she's so modest. You saw there, her teammates are more excited for her winning the TCL Player of the Game, Emma Messman, than she is. And that's also why people love her, because she is so modest, she's so nice. There's no ego to her personality or her game.
Linskin's going to work in that fourth quarter, and the Belgian bench cheering them on. They are now one win away from a spot on the podium, but we know what they want. And there are two very hard games ahead, you would imagine, if they're gonna get it done.
I mean, there's not many teams in the FIBA Women's EuroBasket who have gone back-to-back gold medals.
Hey, you know, you could have another Belgium-Spain rematch, and after watching Spain grind one out today, you never know. With their history against France,
yep,
that could happen. And then Belgium, if they do go on and beat Italy, but Italy they're having that special FIBA Women's EuroBasket. You don't know. They might be the team that goes on. But Belgium's players just cheering on their teammates. It just looks all good in this second half. It was a little bit of a struggle in the first half and kind of ended on a sour note with the frustration from the bench after the technical foul called on Coach Mike Thibault, but at the end of the day, they got the win. So here we have it, folks. We've got our final four. France and Spain will meet in one semifinal. Spain winning against Czechia earlier today in that thriller. And Belgium pulling away from Germany in the second half. So they will go up against Italy in the other semifinal.
E per seguirvi questo seminario di Master.gr installate το QR code στο Twitter. Και μην ξεχνάτε όπως φαίνεται να περάσετε από το fan shop για να αγοράσετε τη μασκότα ή επίσης ό,τι άλλο μπορεί να θέλετε από το EuroBasket γυναικών της FIBA.